Hello, I'm starting the video trying to explain some things of what I see, but first thing I wanted to say was I don't believe these creatures, these huge, massive carcasses lived on the earth. I don't believe the earth was flat and goes on for eternity, for billions and billions of miles or whatever. I don't believe none of that. I believe there was something here before what we see now as the earth and the heavens before our eyes. What it was, I don't know. But there was some other world, apparently. And that now everything is created out of these carcasses. That's the creation event. Then you have Genesis chapter 6 event with the spawn of Satan basically interbreeding with some stuff they weren't supposed to do, and you have that dead on top of the main creation part. Okay, I don't believe this stuff was on the earth. The earth is created out of them because there was something here before. Alright, that's my belief, my theory. Until I come up, have something different, that's what I'm going with for now. Hello and welcome. Okay, in my last video I said I'd do another video and try to explain why I say what I say with the biology that I've found in the last 2 years. And all the biology matches in size for each piece, if that makes sense. And I believe it's to one creature, and I believe it's to a creature right here. Now I could be wrong on this. This is just my theory. Okay? I'm not married to any idea. Things can change with new information. So I'm just going to show you why I say what I say. Okay? Okay, like in my last video I showed you where a lot of stuff on the planet is missing, whether it be decomposed or whatever, but it's not there, and so it's laying in other places or whatever. So it makes things look smeared or muddied or not clear and crisp. Now, the reason I'm saying what I'm saying, one of the reasons is I showed you this. There's a small creature laying right in here, I believe. Okay, I showed you this in my last video. I believe it's right here. I believe this is its head, and then the rest of the creature here. And I can't get in close enough to see the biology because human beings have taken up every square inch. But the reason I am saying it was I wanted to show you this. See this fluting right here off its chin? See all this? That is the only thing that's indicative of these, if that's the right word to say, of these dragons or these creatures or whatever. And I know this sounds over the top, outrageous, and incredibly preposterous, but let me show you some more here. If you get going and you look out here on this one here, this dragon in Morocco, you'll see that fluting on its wings. You see it back out here towards the tail end. You see that fluting in there. Okay? You see it in here along the sides. See this stuff? You see it right in here. Okay? That's that fluting or that's on these things. Now if you come over to the United States and the East Coast dragon, you come down on it. You got that fluting, okay? Same thing, that same type fluting going on here that you just seen on these other ones. Okay? Here's the top of its head. Here's the fluting on the feathers up in there. That's that fluting, okay? The dragon head in China. Feels weird saying that. Yeah, I know it sounds absolutely incredibly retarded. I get that part. It has fluting on it. You come down in here, it's a bearding. You get that fluting. That same stuff, okay? Same stuff. You get that fluting. Okay, that's what we call it, fluting, whatever. Okay, so come over here to the United States. Where'd I go? I know where I get back over here. This here, I believe this is a giant head of a creature like the one in China because of the biology. Because the biology I have does not fit this one. It doesn't fit this dragon. It doesn't fit the one in Morocco. It fits a giant, huge creature. Okay? Now, if you come down on... Now, I believe it's setting... The back end's this way with other stuff on top of it. The face and nose is down this way, and it's really eroded and dilapidated, okay, rotted. This piece, I believe, belongs back over here, okay? Now, the reason I'm saying a lot of this also is because you get down in here and you find that fluting, okay? See this fluting coming off of it? And a lot of it's buried in here. But look at it in here. There's that fluting. Okay? This is a creature of some sort right here. Now the problem I'm having with is I believe this has some... California's living in most of one of its pieces of biology. Okay, let's put it that way. This over here, I believe, is another piece similar to this, but I don't know if something's laying on top of it or what, because it's very caustic in this area. Something's happened really bad in here. Okay? And the distance from here to here is the same distance from here to here. So, now a lot of this stuff in here is buried. It's filled in because stuff's eroded and filled in the low spots. I have no idea. I mean, because there's no way of knowing what's what, because a lot of this stuff is poking up through the other stuff. I don't know if it's stuff from the Great Flood that's filled in, but you also have volcanic on top of some of this stuff. So you got to be careful coming here and saying, well, this is biology, when actually it was volcanism on top of the biology, and then it hardened and looks like something, but it was actually liquid at one time. So you got to watch out for that. But if you get down in here, you know, a lot of this stuff is just poking up through and filled in, you know. It may look like something, but I believe it's actually part of this massive, massive, massive creature. And then you got mountain ranges that run down along the edges. And if you notice, they're all in a straight line. All the volcanoes are in a straight line. There's a lot going on here, but that's what I believe this is, okay? Now, I could be totally wrong, but with the biology that I'm finding, it's a massive, 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 massive creature. Now, you know, I don't know if, oopsie, if it could flow out this way and this be part of its tail. I have no idea, and I'm not even going to speculate on that, okay? But this has something to do with whatever's going on over here, I know. And then you've also got this stuff laying on top of it. You've got something right here laying on top of it. You get down in here, you'll find the fluting off the back end of it. See this stuff? Okay, I'm just going to wrap it. Now, like I've told her, see, there's a lot of this stuff. This is broke off from whatever it was attached to before here. There's so much. All this stuff belongs back together, every bit of it. And I don't know if it happened when, you know, I don't know if it happened in the Great Flood, Noah's Flood, you know, that deluge, because what happened, in my opinion, and it took a close planet flyby in order to tear up the planet underneath all the water. You understand what I'm saying? It took major gravity of a big planet coming by, in my opinion, Nibiru. Planet X came by, a flyby every 3,600 years or whatever, made everything separate underneath. The water was already there, so you wouldn't have even seen it. And that's what separated all the continents during that time when we had a planet flyby, if that makes sense. So I believe Nibiru came by, is what happened, and I believe that it's what tore up and made the continental drift and set everything apart. That's what I believe happened. Okay? So, you know, a person can believe that's not what that is, the face of a... But there's no way the Earth just... There's no way the Earth just accidentally, by luck, made all this stuff, you know, these dragons and stuff. There's no way... There's no way in hell that just came out to that just luckily. So what I was getting at is there's a whole... All this stuff belongs together. And it's all been pulled apart. This belongs together. It's been pulled apart. All of this belongs back together. This all belongs back together. That's why you got pieces of this over here, okay? Pieces of the rest of this are right here. Okay? This all belongs back down on here. And then you'd be able to figure out more of this. The reason we can't figure out some of this stuff is because the pieces aren't all there. The pieces are missing. They're over somewhere else. You understand what I'm saying? I'll give you another example. There's something laying right here. Okay? Goes up through here. And the rest is in here and it's broke off. Some of it's this way. And the rest of it's over in here. This all belongs back together. Okay? Right here where it comes over here and goes like this piece right here, it belongs right back over here. This needs to come back over to here. So whatever pulled all this stuff apart, it's made it very difficult to see what some things are. Okay? But that is where I'm getting at with the biology I'm finding, is that it's a massive, massive head of a creature, I think similar to this one, but really, really rotted.